The singer's cause of death wasn't initially reported. It is with great sadness that we announce the passing of our beloved Sinead, O'Connor's family said in a statement to the Irish Times at the time. Her family and friends are devastated and have requested privacy at this very difficult time. What is Sinead O'Connor's cause of death? No official cause of death has been revealed for the Nothing Compares to You crooner. We don't know yet how Sinead O'Connor died. What illness did Sinead O'Connor have? O'Connor told Oprah Winfrey in 2007 that she had bipolar disorder. After several years in and out of different mental health treatment facilities and hospitals, O'Connor revealed to the New York Times in 2021 that she was also diagnosed with complex post-traumatic stress disorder and borderline personality disorder. O'Connor also suffered from gallstones and endometriosis. She underwent a radical hysterectomy in 2015 to manage the latter, but her mental health suffered afterward, an increasingly common side effect for many women. She told The Guardian that she was suicidal at the time, explaining, "Nobody had explained to me or my family that she's going to be a crazy bitch because we took her ovaries for no reason. So the children were terrified of me. I was angry, raging. I was furious. I was completely gone. You can never predict what might trigger the PTSD. I describe myself as a rescue dog. I'm fine until you put me in a situation that even slightly smells like any of the trauma I went through. Then I flip my lid," she explained to People in 2021. "I manage very well because I've been taught brilliant skills. There was a lot of therapy. It's about focusing on the things that bring you peace as opposed to what makes you feel unstable." What did Sinead O'Connor go through? To put it simply, O'Connor went through a lot throughout her life, none of which she deserved. O'Connor's parents divorced when she was a child, and her mother was physically, sexually and psychologically abusive. O'Connor moved in with her father, but her behavioral issues, including shoplifting and truancy, landed her in a Magdalen asylum when she was a teenager. When O'Connor was 18, her mother died, and she told The Guardian in 2021 she never got past it, because despite her mother's abuse, she still loved her. "When I look at photos of the woman she was before she got married, she was a joyful, gleaming, happy young woman, and I feel something possessed her," O'Connor said. It was the devil in her. In her career, O'Connor suffered as well. Though her cover of Prince's Nothing Compares to You was her biggest hit in her career, she alleged that Prince once locked her in his home and offered to have a pillow fight, and hid a hard object in his pillowcase. O'Connor said when she managed to run away and off of his property, Prince followed her in his car. "I think he would have beat the S.P. out of me if I didn't get away," she said, adding that the scariest moment was when he was sitting on a chair by the front door and he wouldn't let me out. His irises dissolved and his eyes just went white. "It was the scariest thing I've seen in my life." In October 1992, O'Connor performed an a cappella rendition of Bob Marley's War on Saturday Night Live. During the song, she ripped up a photo of Pope John Paul II in protest of the Catholic Church's rampant sexual abuse of children, almost a decade before the rest of the world knew or cared about the offenses. She was banned from SNL and was largely blacklisted from the entertainment industry as a whole afterward, an experience she later said was traumatic for her as well. To date, CNN anchor Jake Tapper remains one of the only public figures to ever recognize that O'Connor was right all along. O'Connor expressed the most pain after the tragic death of her 17-year-old son, Shane, by suicide in January 2022. Weeks before her own passing, O'Connor tweeted a series of sobbing emojis, writing, #lost me 17-year-old son to suicide 2022. Been living as undead night creature since. He was the love of my life, the lamp of my soul. We were one soul in two halves. He was the only person who ever loved me unconditionally," she added. "I am lost in the bardo without him." O'Connor suffered from fibromyalgia, a condition that led her to step away from music temporarily in 2002. Fibromyalgia symptoms include chronic physical pain and tenderness throughout the body, though individual patients may experience more severe pain in some areas than others, as well as fatigue, brain fog and trouble sleeping. Fibromyalgia is not curable, but it's manageable, O'Connor told Hot Press. I have a high pain threshold, so that helps. It's the tiredness part that I have difficulty with. You get to know your patterns and limits, though, so you can work and plan around it. It is made worse, obviously, by stress. So you have to try to keep life quiet and peaceful.